Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So this is another episode of True Tarot, real life stories of love. It's been a couple of weeks since I have posted because actually I've not gotten any requests, and so I just recently got a request and I wanted to help this person out, give her some insight into the situation. Just to let you know, if you would like a free reading, this is a way that you can get one. You just email me, and my email address is in the description box below. Let me know the situation, the story, the background. Ask 2 or 3 questions, and then as long as you are okay with me posting this, your reading, on the channel for the collective, then you can get a free reading. And of course, I will do it anonymously. I will use initials, and so certainly don't have to share your name, your location, or anything like that. So let me tell you a little bit of the story here, and then we're going to do this in probably maybe 2 or 3 sections for the different questions. So first of all, we have the female R, who is a Leo. Now, R has been recently separated from an abusive husband, but R wanted that she's been married to since 2010, so 14 years. Now, but R did want to go further back. R wanted to go back about 20 years to 2004. She worked at a place and fell in love with her manager at work. They worked together for about 1.5 years. It's from what R says, the attraction and the feelings were mutual. I'm not sure how far things went. I just kind of feel like it was more emotional than anything else, but I'm not sure. But there definitely were conversations and feelings shared, that kind of thing. Okay. For about 1.5 years, so to about 2005, maybe 2006-ish, then both were moved to different teams. Distance happened. They kind of fell apart. I think they saw each other still at work and stuff, but they were separated for quite a while. And then R found out that G, who is this man from 20 years ago, was getting married. And this is, I don't know if it was like arranged, but it was like someone from his own cast. And so I have a feeling it was kind of almost like arranged or set up, if you will. So that person, the person that she really loved, was getting married. So then that happened, I want to say around 2006, 2007, more like 2006 early probably. Then R, our female R, who's contacted me, met a new man in 2008, fell in love. Looking back, she thinks it was mostly a physical attraction. They married in 2010. Now this relationship has gone abusive. It's been abusive, and she recently separated in the last few months. She tried for a long time to make it happen. There is a son involved. He is 11, so it's 2024. Yeah, so it's his son. But apparently it's abusive towards both of them, which is just horrible. And so she's separated. Okay, now, the old love from work from 2004 to 2006 comes back to her in her dreams. Plus, they have been seeing each other's status in WhatsApp off and on, and it looks like chatting, or either chatting through status updates. I'm not sure how WhatsApp works, but apparently that's been going on for years. Most recently, he saved her number about 1.5 years ago and posted status updates every day. She had to let him know recently of her 20-year-long feelings of love. I mean, they had already expressed that back in the day, in 2004. But she told him she still feels that same way. G told her that nothing can happen because he's married. But, you know, this whole, I don't know if it was flirtation, but this whole keeping in touch with each other was still happening. So R said on February 14th, Valentine's Day, R told him that they should not be in contact anymore because it was just too painful for her. So they both did. They all both deleted the chats and stopped contact. So they like canceled and blocked each other. Not in an angry way, but just like in a, this needs to be done. So he is still married with a daughter. Now, R had a tarot reading and learned from the tarot reader that G, this man that she met at work and has been in love with for 20 years, is a soulmate and was her husband in a former life. She had a son with him and he passed away. I don't know if the soulmate passed away or the son passed away, but she had been married to him and had a son with him in a former life. Now, here's R's questions. Is there any hope for a future? So here's some questions that I've written down because yes or no questions, is there any hope? Tarot doesn't really do too well with yes or no questions. So the questions that I wrote down are, what are his intentions? Does he still have feelings for her? Is there any hope for the future? Like, what does the future hold for both of them? And then what is R's future in love, depending on the answer? Sorry, one sec here. Okay, so I'm going to get ready and I'll come right back and we'll begin getting our questions answered. Alrighty, let's just go ahead and get started. Let's just get some overall energy first, just to get the show on the road. Like, what kind of generic messages can we get? What kind of generic messages can we get here regarding R and G's relationship? I mean, this could just show something about R, it could show something about G, but my intention is, and R is the woman who has sent the request, G is the person who she's been in love with for 20 years, and we don't even apparently care about the current husband that she's separated from, because that is abusive and she is done. So let's look into the current state of the situation. We've got the Eight of Pentacles, the Fool, and the Ten of Wands. Okay, the Eight of Pentacles is like working really hard at something, mastering something. It's about really wanting something to be stable and solid and real. Wanting something to work. Really working hard at making something work, okay? We've got the Fool, which is about taking a leap. And we've got the Ten of Wands. Here's what I'm feeling like. I feel like this is R. And this is R just like kind of not being able to, or wanting to give up. Or maybe this is just R's hope, you know, that this thing could work and that this thing could be solid. You know, Pentacles are about tangible things. And so this could be R's wish for this to be tangible and real and for them to be together. And it's about working really hard, really long on something, wanting to master it. This could just be R's like commitment to the situation, just really wishing that something could come of this. I think this is our whenever it was recently, that I think it was in the last few months that she expressed her feelings and said, look, I fell in love with you 20 years ago. I still have feelings for you. I know you moved on. I moved on and got married. My relationship has not been successful, but I've never been able to get over you. I think R kind of took the leap. With the Ten of Wands, I feel like this relationship is something that you're going to have to let go of, though. I really do. With the Ten of Wands, I feel like this has turned from something kind of beautiful, like even when you're going through the abusive situation for the last, when did you guys get married? 2010. For the last 14 years, when you're going through this abusive situation, I think you started kind of idolizing maybe the last person who treated you well. And I think it's time to let it go. Because this person has told you that there's no chance. They're married, they're committed. Whether they're happy or not, we don't even care, because this person... Now, here's the deal. I'm not saying this is all in your head, because you guys been doing the WhatsApp thing for the last few months or last few years. And even if it wasn't flirting or, sexual or inappropriate in nature, this person still cared enough about you to want to communicate with you and stay in touch. So this is not just all you. This is not just in your head, okay? This person has a part in it. G does, R. But I believe this is the message from Spirit is it's time to walk away from this thing and let this thing go. Let's see what other messages we can get. We get the World, the Eight of Wands, and Temperance. The World is about graduating. And I kind of feel like here's the message that I'm getting. By letting this thing go with the Ten of Wands, this is something that you held on to that made you feel good through this abusive relationship, because this was someone who treated you well, who still cared, who still kept in touch. But by letting this person go, and realizing the part that they played in your life. I'm not saying that your feelings weren't true for this person, R, but what I am saying is not idolizing him, but what you had, you built up maybe even more in your mind, because it was like a safe space. It was like something that made you feel good. But I don't feel like, unless I'm incorrect, but from reading your email, I don't feel like this person ever misrepresented and said, hey, I'm not happy in my marriage, I want to be with you. But I feel like they did still keep in touch, which could be very confusing. So I feel like by letting this thing go with the Ten of Wands, by ending it, which you have done, which I'm really proud of you, which you have done, I feel like it's sending you onto a new plane. Okay? The World is a portal moving into a new life, a new way of being, but it's like a graduation. And so I feel like you, on February 14th, when you said, look, we have to stop this. I want to, let's delete the messages. Let's end the communication. Let's not keep in touch anymore. I feel like that bumped you up into like a new level, a new start for you, is what I feel like. What's funny is I am doing this reading on April 8th, which is the new moon, and the eclipse, which is a new beginning. That's what I feel like this Eight of Wands is a new beginning for. And I feel like you're going to be able, and it's interesting because Temperance is Sagittarius and your person was Sagittarius. But what I feel like this message is saying is that you are going to be able to transmute all of this sadness. Because this relationship with this person used to be your sun. It used to be, you know, S-U-N. It used to be your happiness. It used to be what made you feel good while you were going through the abusive marriage, was your feelings for this person that had never gone away. But over the years, as this person married, you guys fell in and out of each other's lives and you just kept on hoping and hoping. It turned a little gray. It turned a little dark. And so what's going to happen now that you've done this thing on February 14th where you stopped chatting and you stood up for yourself and you realize, wow, this doesn't feel good anymore. You're transmuting this negativity, this sadness into something good. And you may not even know that you've done it. And it's funny that I'm doing this reading on such a powerful day, April 8th, the day of the new moon and the solar eclipse. But I feel like you're transmuting this energy. I also feel like with this card, I feel like your angels, it could be Archangel Michael, but whoever your guardian angels are sending you a new life. New happiness with this sun. But you're the one that made this happen by ending the communication. But it's co-creation. Your angels are there, you know, God, whoever it is that you believe in, they're there helping you to transmute this energy from sadness back into happiness. This is kind of your story. You know, I don't feel like G had bad intentions. I don't feel necessarily like he was trying to lead you on. I kind of feel like you built him up more in your head because it was unresolved. You guys kind of never had an ending. You never had a closing. You never had closure, right? From the job. And then he went and got married. And you just never had closure. We have the 10 of Cups, the 7 of Cups, and the Emperor. Here's what I'm hearing. Here's the messages that I'm getting are you're going to be able to work through. Here, this 10 of Wands is February 14th. This is you walking away, saying no more. It brought you up to a different level. There's a whole new beginning happening. We have the 8th. This is April 8th. We have the 8 of Wands, which is new energy coming in, a message coming in, a new start, something like that. You're transmuting this energy. Here's the message that I'm getting. The Spirit is sending you a new love with the 10 of Cups. You will have love again. Okay? You have choices to make. You may have multiple options in people to choose from, but also you have choices to make. I feel like what I'm hearing here with the 7 of Cups, the message that I'm getting is clean up this abusive marriage thing. You are separated. Get out of it. End it. Totally walk away from it. This is going to be hard. You're going to have to walk away from G, which you did on February 14th. And you're going to have to walk away from this abusive relationship, which you have, but you know, get it legal, get it done, get it over, so that you can start a new life and go down this new path. Okay? What I feel like with the Emperor is that the message is, I'm getting a couple messages. One, you will be in charge of your life. You will own it. You'll be taking responsibility. You'll be owning it. You'll feel in control a way that you haven't, maybe you never felt in control. You'll feel in control of your life in a way that you either haven't felt in a long, long time, or maybe you never felt this in control of your life. Maybe you weren't in control of your life. Maybe other people always kind of were telling you what to do or let you know what expectations were. I also feel like you are going to meet a very strong, solid man. It could be an Aries. Okay. But I feel like you're going to meet the one. I feel like you're going to meet this person in like 2 months. 2 months. 8 weeks, 2 months after you totally close out this thing with G in your head, and you totally end, you make the decision to totally end this relationship with your abusive husband and get a divorce and move far away and never go back and just end this thing totally. I feel like you still feel confused. You still feel connected to G, which I get. You need to do the Hawaiian string cord cutting ceremony. It's called Ho'oponopono or Ho'oponopono or something like that. Go ahead and Google it. Do the ceremony. I'm not saying that you can't remember G fondly, that it's not okay to have feelings for him, but you need to totally work on letting yourself go from him. And here's the deal. If it was meant to be, he'll come after you. He'll let you know. He already knows your feelings. Nothing can be gained by you waiting, pining away. There's nothing to be gained by that. It's time for you to move forward. And if you guys are fated to be together, it should be up to him. Look, you're an empress. You're a goddess. You are strong. You don't chase. You sit back and let that which is meant for you come to you. Okay? And that's what you did on February 14th when you told him that you guys needed to delete all the messages and the communication. So this is the first part. I'm getting a strong message from Spirit that you need to let both your current husband and G go. When you do, you're going to graduate into a whole new life. You're going to get your 10 of Cups, your happiness. You just need to make up your mind. You have someone really strong and wonderful and loyal and responsible and handsome and fiery and charismatic and interesting coming in. You have someone that's going to totally be committed to you coming in. Kind of beautiful. Okay, I do want to do one more part. I'm going to close this one out and I'll see you in a sec. Welcome. This is part 2 of our reading, our true tarot reading for R. Okay, I want to know, we just looked at R's kind of history, maybe current state. Let's look at the potential outcome for R's future in relationship. Does R have a chance with G, or is there some other plan for R's romantic future? Let's go ahead and see. Okay, those cards just called out to me. So we have the Hermit, the Five of Wands, the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles, the Four of Cups, the Three of Wands, the Death card, and the Ten of Cups. All right. Here's the messages that I'm getting. I feel like the message for you is to take some time. Yeah. Take some time to yourself to figure out who you are, what you want, and what you deserve. Okay? With the Queen of Cups, we can become, what word am I looking for? Not victim, but we can become so attached to the emotional side of a relationship that we totally miss seeing things from a logical point of view, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I don't know if that explains it properly. But you're being encouraged to not just be the Queen of Cups and not just feel the emotion in this thing, but to be the Queen of Swords, to lock your heart away for a moment, not because it's hurt, but to just not look at things from an emotional perspective, but look at things from a logical, more unimpassioned place. You know, we can be in a relationship and really, you know, love someone, and it's just obvious. And I'm not saying this about yours necessarily, but it's just obvious that this is not the relationship for us. And we keep on getting signs, and we know it and we feel it even. But because of our feelings, we listen to our feelings only. And there needs to be balance. Yes, feel your feelings, but you also have to pull yourself up like 10,000 feet and be a little logical. Try and look at the thing objectively. Okay? Now, you have expressed your feelings, and he has said that there's no way because he is married now and, you know, not interested. And maybe you still feel the connection, and maybe he still does have feelings for you, but listen to what he's telling you. Don't let your heart outweigh the logic of the situation, is the message that I'm getting. With the Hermit and the Hanged Man, I feel like you are being encouraged to take time for self-reflection. Okay? I would definitely take like a couple months and just focus on you. Do some journaling. Okay? Think about, oh, let me close my door. Hold on. Think about what you really want. I'll use a quick analogy here. I have people come to me and they say, I want a loving relationship. I want someone who adores me. I want to be respected. I want excitement. I want passion. I want partnership. I want someone who likes some of the same things that I do. I want mutual respect. I mean, I just, hello. This sounds like the perfect relationship. So I'm like, okay. And then so they go and they, through life or maybe on a dating site or something, and they meet Bill, or they meet Mary, and I'm just making these names up. and they think, well, you know what, Bill kind of checks all the boxes, or Mary is kind of looking like what I was thinking that I wanted. And you date and you go out for maybe a few months. But during these few months, little red flags have come up. Maybe you didn't like the way that Bill talked to that server. Or maybe you noticed Mary kind of always on the phone and not really engaged or paying attention during times that you guys spend together. And I'm just using these as examples. There's these little red flags, right? And so no one's perfect, and nothing's going to ever be 100% perfect. But, you're kind of ignoring these red flags. And then you go and let's say it's 6 months later, and you both have kind of maybe even committed to each other. And you look up and you realize Bill doesn't really want a committed relationship like he told you. Maybe Bill lied. Maybe Bill lied, maybe Bill thought he did, but he really doesn't, sing for Mary. So instead of going back and looking at your list and saying, you know what, I gave it a shot with Bill, and, I noticed some things that I didn't like, but, I thought Bill was, a pretty decent person. But now your feelings are engaged. And so instead of saying, you know what, Bill, I gave it a shot, but Bill's really not meeting my criteria. He's not respecting my boundaries. We said we were committed to each other, and I heard from someone that he was on a date with someone else, something like that. But now what you're doing, instead of logically looking at it and going, Bill really isn't going to be able to give me what I want, which is a happy, respectful, everything that we just talked about what your dream of a perfect relationship is. But now feelings are involved. And so you spend the next 5 years trying to prove your worth to Bill. Do you see what I'm saying there? You need to focus on you and what you want. You don't have to prove yourself to anyone. And as you went down the line of the relationship, down the days and the weeks, you kind of were thinking, I don't know. I mean, you were really thinking, I don't know. I like Bill, but I just don't know if Bill's the one. Yet, when it comes down to Bill isn't the one, once emotions are involved, we can have a tendency to feel like we need to prove ourselves or whatever. And so you're being encouraged to be a bit more logical, to pull out of the emotional attachment and to focus on you and what you want. Okay? Because it's really become a challenge for you. With the Five of Wands, it's like a competition. It's like, I don't know. Oftentimes I'll look at the Five of Wands as a training. This could be a message from Spirit that you are meant to learn this lesson, okay? But I feel like it's very, you feel maybe competitive with his situation, maybe even his wife, like, hey, I knew him before, and how could he be with someone else when he's supposed to love me? Just very conflicting emotions. I also am getting a lot of the same energy here with the Four of Cups. Like you're so busy focusing on G and what you don't have that you would miss an opportunity for real love. okay? With the Eight of Pentacles, the two messages. One, you've been focusing on G for too long, okay? Number one, this has been going on too long. And number two, it's time to work on yourself. That is the main message that I'm getting. It's time to work on yourself, okay? It's time to not focus on G and you only being happy if you have G, but what can you do first to make yourself happy and then to move forward. So the message that I'm getting is I do not see a future with you and G. Really. Now, the message is for you to work on yourself and focus on yourself. However, if, and to move on. Now, that doesn't mean that G might not become unhappy with this situation and look you up later, but if so, great. But it's time for you to move forward and take care of yourself. And I would not wait or put my life on hold waiting for G to do this. It's ridiculous. Okay? Here's what I'm feeling. I feel like you met this person, you had deep feelings for him. The feelings were real. I feel like he reciprocated it. You guys had a really good relationship. You knew each other for quite a while and worked together. But I feel like you're so unhappy in your abusive relationship that you're looking back to the last thing that was good. Okay? And that's totally understandable. But that thing wasn't really real. Okay? I mean, the feelings were real, but the relationship wasn't really real. You guys never really were able to, due to distance and, all kinds of other things, you guys never were really able to make that relationship take off and be, real, a real committed relationship. Okay? So here's the message I'm getting for you for your future, for your potential future. With the Three of Wands, dare to dream. I want you to do some scripting. I want you to sit down and write out a day in the life of your beautiful life. And whether it includes a partner, whether it includes a man or a husband or whatever, what is your idea of a perfect life? Number one, away from your abusive husband right now, and I know you're never going to go back. But like, I wake up in the morning, I have my coffee or tea, maybe I take my son to school, I do this, I do that, maybe you go to work, on the weekend, I go out with my friends, I keep my little house cute and clean, maybe I'm decorating, I go to a counseling session, or I do meditation, whatever it is that you do to take care of yourself. Just picture this peaceful, beautiful life. And if it does include a partner, if you want to go there, my partner comes home from work, gives me a hug, says, can I help with dinner? Don't make them out to be, incredible or, something that is not realistic. But picture this life that you want. Manifest it, script it, write it out, picture day in the life. Take a piece of paper, draw a line down the middle, and on the left-hand side, write what you don't want in a relationship. Current abusive husband being on the top, and then on this side, write what you do want. And kind of picture, what would this perfect person be like? Focus on 80% yourself, okay? 20% on a future person. There's nothing wrong with dreaming and hoping and, visualizing it, because, we all want partners. No man is an island, okay? But focus 80% on yourself. Do this for at least 8 weeks. Daily if you can. as often as you can, in the morning and in the evening. Picture your perfect life. What does that look like? Think about it. Say, isn't it wonderful that I have my own little place, and that I have peace, and that I have my own things, and that I have the freedom to do, whatever it is that you want to do? Isn't it wonderful that my son and I are now out of, well, no, we don't want to go negative, but isn't it wonderful that my son and I now can enjoy a nice, peaceful, calm dinner, and maybe watch some kind of a movie or do something after? Just picture this new life, okay? Write it, script about it, dream about it, okay? Focus on you, at least 80% on you. Who are you? What do you want? What do you deserve? You need to look at things differently, the Hanged Man is saying. Take a pause. Get a new perspective. Okay. What will happen if you do this daily for at least 8 weeks is you're going to have a transformation. You are going to become more important to you than any man or any relationship could be. You're going to become more whole, okay? More complete within yourself. This is what needs to happen. Right now, you are more reacting against an abusive relationship instead of like standing up for yourself, working on yourself, working on your self-worth, your self-esteem, what you know you deserve. You're turning your attention back to when someone made you feel good. It's time for you to make yourself feel good. So by doing this work, you will have an epiphany. You will see things differently from a different perspective, and you'll have this transformation, this rebirth with the Death card. The old way will die. You don't need someone to be happy. Maybe you want someone, and that's fine. You don't need someone to be happy. You definitely don't need the current abusive husband, and you do not need G to be happy. You need to make yourself happy first. Then any good relationship is frosting. It's extra. It's beautiful. This is the path. This personal growth is the way. Okay? We have the Ten of Cups. We have the Knight of Wands. We have the Four of Wands. This transformation, this focusing on yourself, growing yourself, loving yourself, looking at things more logically, more holistically, not from just an emotional and, dare I say, needy place. This is the path. You will find your Ten of Cups. And you know what? The Ten of Cups could just be you by yourself for a while. Contentment, happiness, peace, joy. But this could be the path to a healthy relationship. Neither of these relationships so far have been particularly healthy, okay? The one that you're in now, the marriage is abusive, definitely not healthy. The one that you're trying to go back to is not even real. And G is doing you a favor by telling you the truth that he would not consider it because he is married now. No matter what the feelings were, no matter if he even still has feelings, it doesn't matter because he's told you he's married and it won't happen. So you need to let go, focus on yourself. With the King of Wands, This is you becoming whole and strong in yourself. Okay? This is you being courageous. This is you being confident in yourself, optimistic. Just know you are being promised the 10 of Cups and the 4 of Wands, but you have to transform into this healthy, whole person. This confident person. Self-esteem, self-worth. I know what I'm worth. I know what I deserve. Okay? We have the 10 of Cups. We have the 4 of Wands. Celebration. Stability. Soulmate. This is when you will meet your soulmate. This is when Spirit, the universe, God will send you your soulmate. When you are whole. When you love yourself more than anything. It's like the oxygen mask thing. Okay? You've got to put the oxygen mask on yourself first. You've got to love yourself first. You've got to heal yourself. You've got to work on yourself before you could even consider being in any kind of a relationship and like being supportive or whatever. You've got to take care of yourself first. But these two cards promise true love, soulmate love, once you do this work and you become whole. It also promises you with the Ace of Pentacles, a beautiful, new, solid, stable start. And I feel like this is what you need. Your life has not been very happy, and I understand. I've gone through some similar things. I totally understand. But I know what helped me was personal, individual introspection and growth, and focusing on myself, learning who I was. By doing that and not looking to outside, to relationships or men for validation and for happiness, I transformed. I grew happy within myself. I know my worth. And I'm still like in the daring to dream phase myself. One day, I'll have it. But I'm still learning. I'm still transforming. I'm still working on becoming whole, becoming strong, becoming independent. And this is the way, this is the path for you. So, you wanted to know, is there any hope for the future? Does he still have feelings? What are his intentions? His intentions are to stay married. He may have tried to keep like a side door open and keep you engaged because he cares about you, or maybe it made him feel good about himself. But listen to what he's saying. His intentions are to stay married, and he's told you there's no chance for a relationship between the two of you. Listen to that and believe that. Does he still have feelings for you? Yes, I believe so. But don't turn those feelings into from caring into distaste by trying to force something that he's already told you can't be. Leave that beautiful, sweet thing that you guys had in the past and move forward. Is there any hope for a relationship with him in the future? I would say you shouldn't care. Okay? Who knows if, 10 years down the road, something happens and he's available. Who knows? If so, and you guys check it out, wonderful. But you should not care. That should not be your goal. You are too beautiful. You're too wonderful. You have too much to give to wait for someone who's told you that they're not available. You deserve way, way, way more. What is your future? That's up to you. The message here is, if you do this introspection, this journaling, this learning, this self-reflection, this dreaming about what you want and what you could have for at least like 8 weeks, and lock up your heart and look at things more logically for this 8 weeks. Don't come from an emotional place for a while. You've been running around being all emotional for a long time because of what you've been through. Be more logical right now. I believe that you will have this transformation. I believe you will have this epiphany. You'll start to grow strong. That is when true love can come in for you. When you're strong, when you're whole, when you don't need anyone for money, for love, for validation. When you don't need anyone, that's when the best situation can come in. So this is what I have for you, are in your future, you can have beautiful love. The 10 of Cups, the 4 of Wands, soulmate love, solid. You can have beautiful love, but you have work to do. You have to work on yourself. So this is what I have for you. Bless you. I wish you the best. You've had a hard road. It doesn't have to be this hard art. It can be beautiful. It can be simple. It can be easy. But you have to love yourself. You have to love you first. You have to grow yourself. You have to heal. And this is what I have for you. I hope this helps. Please do leave a comment and let me know your thoughts and your feelings on this. You deserve the world. And I've already told you what you can do to get it. And I hope it works out for you. Thank you so much. Please do give me a thumbs up, viewers, if this did help you as well. And I'm interested in comments on this. So thank you for joining, and I'll see you again next week, hopefully. If any of you are interested in getting a free reading, all you have to do is send me your story. Allow me to do the reading and post it. And, you know, I'll just use initials just like I did here and keep it anonymous. I'm not trying to make fun of anyone or anything. This is a beautiful learning experience. But if you'd like to get a free reading, that's all you have to do. And my email's down in the description box. And we can do the same for you. Thank you so much for joining. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.